I have memories of spirit being around me from, well, my earliest memories, spirit was around me. I used to have them as imaginary friends, or so everybody else thought. My mum used to have to lay a place at the table for them because they were so real to me. And pretty much all my life, until I got to a certain age where I realised that people's reactions to me talking about spirit's presence was well, just not what I wanted it to be. So I stopped listening, and I blocked it out for a large percentage of my teenage years and young adult life. And then it got to about 15 years ago, and the voices, for want of sounding like a lunatic, got very loud, it wouldn't be ignored. So I decided to start to listen instead of trying to block them out, and found that there actually were really loving messages for people that I was in contact with. Right, good evening everybody. It's so lovely to see you all. Can I just have a show of hands if you've never been to something like this before? I'm always really, really pleased to see people that are new to this kind of thing. It's important for me that I get this message across and let people know that our spirit does actually live on. So allow me to introduce myself. My name's Joanne Gregory. I am a clairaudient medium, which means that I can actually hear the voices of the people that have passed over connected to you. Now this evening could be really good or it could be really rubbish. And that's dependent on you, believe it or not. Because the people that are coming through don't want to talk to me, they want to talk to you. So I need your voice. Now I don't want you to tell me your life story. I'm going to tell you the message. I don't want you to feed me with information. So you're all right for that? And you don't need to look so scared. It's really important to me that this is allowed to happen, because I believe that there is something more than this lifetime for us as a species and as spirits. And I think if you can prove that we still live on afterwards, it sort of helps you heal, and it also gives a bigger picture, which means this lifetime gets put into perspective instead of being the all-consuming problem that it can be. Okay, I need to be with this lady here, please. She's not a long time since she passed, Lily.
It'll be 10 years now.
All right, okay. She wanted you to know that she was with you. You see, you were too little to go to the funeral, and you played up about it, and you said that you felt like you'd let her down. She didn't want you there. She'd already talked about that. She said there was no way you were remembering her like that. Do you still, her partner would still be alive, your grandfather, and you go and see him. Has he got to have drops in his eyes? Or something to do with his eyes?
He had his cataracts done not that long ago.
Right, and she thinks there's going to be an infection, so he'll need drops in his eyes, and nobody can go near eyes. They're all like, right, wussy, your family. So you know that anyway, don't you? So it'll be you. The only person you'll go, come here, get me, I'll do it for him. But he trusts you, you know. He'll tell you things that he won't tell anybody else. And she says she knows that you look after him for her. So she says to say thank you. She's lovely. And she really does enjoy being around you because she's such a good giggle, she says. But there isn't a minute goes by that she's not there. And she stops your clock. You know how you watch and your clock's being messed up? It's your gran. Does that make sense?
At work.
Right, so all this messing with it. So she's dead mischievous. She wants you to know. Did your boyfriend run over a rabbit or something?
He ate a dog last week. It ran out of milk and ate it.
Yeah.
It didn't die, but
it did. She just went, I've never seen him shake so much.
Oh God, he was right. It shook him up loads.
Yeah, she said he were a right colour. So she's just laughing, actually. She's not very nice, Grandma, is she? She's laughing. But she is laughing. She just needs you to know she's always with you. Don't you go worrying about her. She's fine. Always. Okay, darling. Thank you. I enjoy the sense of love that comes through from everybody that connects with me, and the sense of lightness and fun about that. Because I think if we can move money problems and work things out of the way, we are actually really joyous beings, and that is when we actually go back to spirit world. I believe we become totally joyous, and that's what I love, to be part of that, to see people healing and moving forward. If I've had one person in my lifetime say thank you for letting me get back on my feet, it's happened 1,000 times, and it's really good, a really good sense of well-being and self-worth when that happens. Right. Can I just come to you, sweetheart, as well? Who's the lady, who's the singer, first of all, in the family? Sings all the time, walks about, is it you? I'm not saying you're good, I'm not going to ask you to sing, don't worry.
Not that I can think of.
Right, this lady that comes through on a motherly link for you, again, I think it's a gran. Right, she passed over quite quickly, actually. She's been poorly for ages, but her actual passing was just a bit of a surprise. It was to her, she said as well. Do you know that to be true? You're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Right, I'll tell you which nan it is. It's your dad's side of the family, so that makes better sense to you. She comes forward and she just wants you to know that you're going to be okay. She said that she knows you're not right because when you're okay, you sing all the time. She'd hum and sing and da-da-da-da-da while you're doing stuff. But she said at the moment you're not doing, so she knows you've got weight on your mind and worries, and she just says to tell you that you've just got to wait until the end of March, beginning of April, and somebody's got a birthday around about the 4th or 5th of April in your family, and by then things will all look a lot clearer. She says you worry too much.
Okay.
And can I ask you as well, do you have a pond where you live? Outside your house?
No.
Where's that this lady would be connected to somebody who has a big pond? She said a car once went in this pond.
Oh God, that's you.
Do you know that is? Yeah. Somebody drove a car into your pond?
She's left the handbrake off and it went in our pond.
Okay, what relationship are you two?
Friends.
Just mates? Somehow I think we've swapped over then. So you're going to be, you must have just been, you know, the person they've used to get me to the right person. So the car went into she says it killed all the fish.
We had to empty the pond.
Yeah, killed
we had
all.
to have a digger in and dig
Empty it,
yeah.
killed all fish.
Killed
She
all
just
fish.
laughs. She thinks you're hilarious. She's absolutely hilarious. She says it's just like being on telly or house. She says there's all sorts goes off. She wants you to know your mum's
Great.
fine, she says. She just loves being around you and never not. She said to tell you that you've got too many bottles of perfume, you're never going to use them all in a million years. She said things are really nice at the moment and peaceful actually and good for you. So she's happy. She's really happy. Can I just come to this gentleman at the back with the glasses on in the brown jumper? There is also a younger male in spirit world who died under very, very strange circumstances that is a work colleague. Do you understand about a work friend? No. Nobody that you've worked with who's died? He was found at the bottom of the stairs, he said.
Chris.
Do you understand that?
Neil.
You do know that is actually a gentleman.
Yeah.
He said there was some mystery over his passing and that they didn't know if, I don't know if you know this, but it wasn't an accident, his passing. No. Did you know that? You guessed?
Yeah.
Okay, he says that justice will be done there and that will be sorted because it's still being inquired about now.
Investigated.
Yeah, he said to tell you, thank you for always, you know, being right with him. I can't say you were best mates, to be honest, but you liked each other and you get on with most people, so he said to bear that in mind. Neil says to tell you happy birthday as well, because there should be a birthday celebration to do with the group of people that you work with, and you're all going out for a beer, apparently. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says to tell you he'll be there, don't worry. We're always up for a quick beer. Didn't mind that at all. Sweetheart, there's a gentleman tugging on me. He says he loved you. So have you lost a partner?
A while ago, yeah.
Right. He didn't get a chance to say goodbye, but he did love you, and he needs you to know that very much. Are you still single? Right, because he says enough now, lady. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to have the life that you promised you would have together. He says his biggest regret is that you always said you were gonna do stuff. You were gonna go to America, you were gonna buy this and that, and you were gonna buy a dinghy and did all this stuff, and you never did because he thought he'd got all his life in front of him. But he said to tell you that he wants you to promise him that you will do that, and then he can come along. He says, because I'm bored with what you're doing in your life at the moment. There is also a big dilemma about where your mum should live just now. She's trying to get to move nearer to you.
Yeah.
Does she live near you now?
Not far.
Right, and there's a brother that lives further afield.
Oh, yeah, quite further. Quite a
Right,
lot.
well, he wants her with him, but it's not practical.
Oh, yeah, you bang on right there.
Yeah. It's not,
Bang on right.
it's not practical.
No.
So he
isn't.
says to tell you
No.
it'll not happen, don't worry.
No.
But you have already had your say about that anyway. So
Yeah.
he just wanted to give you a kiss and he said to tell you he loves you. Is he a P initial?
Yeah.
Right, I
Yeah.
couldn't get his full name. I've been working on it for the past 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but I've just got a P for you. So he's always with you, always, but enough now, he says. Time to get your life back. Okay, thank you.
Well, it's the first time we've been to Joanne's, but it's so far it's been brilliant.
I mean, there's a lot of people grieving and they do feel better when they know that the people that they've lost are still about.
It's a funny feeling when you get a message.
It's nice to get a message.
It's nice to get one.
I thought it was fantastic. Just fantastic proof that people live on.
She seems to be more exact, and she's putting people's names to what she's saying, and things are coming out with is exactly, they know exactly what she's talking about.
Bang on right. With, well, I mean, nobody else knows that sort of stuff.
Well, I felt she was absolutely spot on, and I felt quite emotional, and I was really, 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 really pleased I got a message.
She knows her stuff and it's a lovely relaxing evening. I think she's brilliant, basically.
Before I really recognised that I had mediumship abilities, I recognised that I could write. And I love that, and to be able to put both of those two things that I'm passionate about together mean everything to me. And I'm hoping to get the most recent book, The A to Z of Working with the Universe, printed as soon as possible so that people can benefit from the information that's in, because it's life-changing. My life's where it is because of it. And I eventually hope to have the biggest voice that I can possibly have, because I have no problems with other mediums walking their walk and talking their talk, but I have my doubts about some of them, and I don't think it's a true picture, especially not what's on TV at the moment. So I'm presenting myself with the view to being able to pass the true picture across with ethics and accuracy and a sense that we're bigger than this lifetime.